Hello there, and welcome to a special little video. I did mention that I want to buy myself some nice flight sim gear, and I asked you guys if you would be interested in seeing that, and you said yes, so here we are. This is the first piece of kit that arrived, the MFG Crosswind V3 Rudder Pedals, heartily recommended by many people on the internet as being the best rudder pedals that you can buy in this price range. And regarding the price range, in today's day and age, we should mention that this is not a sponsored video in any kind of way. I did pay regular price for these pedals, and including taxes and shipping to Germany, it came up to 330 euros during the Black Friday sale. So there's that. I'm coming at this whole thing from the perspective of a complete newcomer to flight sim gear. I have no prior experience with this, so my focus will be on evaluating how easy it is to assemble these and to get them running. And let's first take a look at the packaging that they are coming in. They come in a plain brown box, which is completely fine because I'm not buying a box, I'm buying the pedals, and they themselves seem to be very well protected by the padding here. I don't think there's really any chance that they can get damaged during transport. Down here we have the base of the pedals, some screws and bolts and whatnot, and then the footrests up here. And the footrests that I bought are the BF109 replica version. They are offering on their website many different footrests that you can choose from, but the main difference between this set and the others on the website is that with the 109 version you will have your whole foot on the pedal, while the others are more catered to people who like to have only their toes on their pedals and, well, push basically their foot along the ground. But I like this, so that's what I got. Now, you know what? Let me take the packaging apart and then we'll resume the video with the assembly of these things. Welcome back. I have unpacked everything and we can begin the assembly process. But there is something I noticed. The package seems to have been handled without much care by the DHL workers who transported it. Some bits of the styrofoam were cracked, and the little bag that contained the tension screw and all the nuts and bolts was actually pierced by the tension screw. I think the package may have been dropped or shaken, and then the upper part of the tension screw pierced the plastic. For that reason, I'm even more glad that everything was so well padded and secured that nothing could move. Everything seems to be completely undamaged, everything seems to be alright. So, good job on that. That's great. Good packaging. Now, what do we have here? Pedal base, footrests, or the bolts that we'll need to mount the footrest to the pedal base, wall spacers with their own shorter bolts to mount them to the base here. We have an additional cam profile, which is nice to have, the tension spring and the bolt that's used to adjust it, and a key so that we can simply go ahead and assemble everything without needing to buy one. This is nice. Also the USB cable to connect it to the PC. The pedals itself, they are very well made. I really like the build quality. The material is composite wood material. Listen to this. Yeah, wood on wood. Really nice. Well machined. Everything well made. I gotta tell. Really well done. It's not surprising really. The man, Milan Shimunja, who designed these pedals and who makes them, he's a furniture maker. So pretty logical for him to use this wood material. And it fits them very well. No creaky plastic, solid wood, really nice. The pedals themselves have some additional features that I want to mention. We have here two pre-drilled holes for a hydraulic dampener that can be additionally purchased and then mounted on them. A hydraulic dampener will basically slow down the movement of the pedal base and make it more realistic and dampen the effect here that you get in the middle of this wobble. This is something that I wanted to get, but it was not in stock when I bought these. I'll simply get it later, or maybe maybe when I'm in Croatia again in the summer, I'll simply go there and buy it right from the source. Because yeah, Milan Šimunža, the man who makes these pedals, he's from Croatia. The company is near Split, so not far away from where I usually vacation. I might drop by. So yeah, there's that. Then there are some more additional features that I should mention. If I take these pedals, how can I show you this? Let's see, like this maybe. Oh yeah, you see these little holes here? These pedals have toe brakes, and I could adjust the strength of the toe brakes by taking this pin of the spring out of this hole and putting it in one of the other two holes here. That should allow me to increase the strength of the spring for the toe brakes. But that's not the only adjustment that can be made. You might see it here. We can increase the angle of the footrests by loosening this screw and then moving it up here. There are even degree marks here. I don't think you will be able to see them on video, but they are there. So that's something that you can do with the pedals, which is nice. This is very nice. You can also, by disassembling this here, change the cam profile. The cam profile basically regulates how the bearing here will move. You can see here how it will move when you move the pedals from left to right. And the additional cam profile is just that little bit different and will simply make the bearing, will simply provide another kind of input. It's nice to have that. I don't know if I'll use it. I don't think I will at the start, but it's really nice to have it. So let's start the assembly then. First of all, we need to take this apart. There's a small plastic cap here. You can simply remove that. That's for protecting your feet from this sharp little screw here. Then we unscrew this. There we go. And this bolt we will put through this hole down here. There we go. But only after we have put it here with the tension spring. So there's that. You connect those two. Then you move this bolt through this hole down here. And you secure it again with the screw so that it doesn't fall out immediately. Don't tighten it yet, just secure it. Now, you move the pedals into a neutral position. You bring this lever all the way down, and this lever here has two notches. You can select which notch to choose. It will make a difference for the resistance of the pedals. But I will choose this notch here for now. Good. And now I can go ahead down here and I can tighten this screw up to get tension on the spring. How much you tighten this will make a difference in how difficult it is to move the pedals. But I don't want to overdo it now. I want to just have some solid tension on it. Yeah, that's good. We don't have a wobble. Don't forget the little protective plastic cap so that you don't hurt your feet on this screw. And there we go. That's the base already adjusted, and yeah, this is good. There's some good resistance on them. Nice. Now we can continue with the footrests. The footrests are simply mounted onto this here. I think there's a difference for left and right footrest. They are the same, and they do feature removable heel cups. This heel cup down here you could remove by unscrewing these two screws, or you could adjust the height of it by placing some spacers in between. That's a possibility. Now let's go ahead and let's take some screws and fixate this to the plate, to the base here. There we go. As you can see, I can adjust the angle a little bit when I tighten this. Let's go ahead and tighten this actually. There we go. There we go. And now I think I want a slight angle like this. This is how I'll this is how I'll secure it. Nice. So that's not going anywhere. That's good. Okay. Let me turn this around and we'll continue with the other side. There we go. Put that in. Put that in. And now simply fasten it. Put it like we want, yeah. That's good. And there we go. I have them at a slight angle, I think I like that best. And that's how the rudder pedals look. I don't know about you, but I think they look absolutely amazing. And yeah, as you can see, these are the toe brakes. So this is another thing that you can do with those separate toe brakes for left and right. Really nice. Now we just need to mount the wall spacers. The wall spacers are not difficult to mount. Let me turn this a little bit so that I can show you better. Turn it a little bit more. There we go. The wall spacers go here. And you simply go ahead, you drop the screws in. Tighten it up a little bit. There we go, that's one. That's two. Same for this side. And that's come out a little bit. There we go. And that's how easy it is to assemble these. To be honest, I expected this to be a little bit more difficult, but that was really easy. And there we go. That's the pedals completely assembled. Now it's just a cable missing that goes into a port down here, and that's it. They're assembled. I think now it's time to connect them to the PC and to see how easy it is to actually get them running. I have plugged in the pedals and gone to the manufacturer's website to download the calibration software. Make sure that you are not using Windows to calibrate the pedals. Use the manufacturer's software to avoid problems. The settings are stored on the hardware directly, and the manufacturer's calibration software is made so that it can really save these without causing issues. Before we do that, I want to show you something. Here you can see the other footrest options that are available at the moment. There are really two main differences to the BF109 version that I ordered. The other footrests here, they are not made of this composite wood material. They are 3D printed, so they are made of hard and durable plastic. But the main difference is that they're intended to be used with heels on the floor. So I think they work best if you prefer to fly barefoot with socks on, because then you can simply keep your heels on the floor and push the pedals in. But I just prefer to have my whole foot on the pedal. It's really just a matter of personal preference. You can also order additional footrests later on, or choose a set with two different footrests from the get-go. Swapping them out is just a matter of unscrewing 4 bolts swapping out the footrests and screwing the bolts back in. Really quick done, no problems there. Okay, so to find the calibration software, go to the download section and download the latest software package. That will give you this. The most important thing is this here. This is the configurator software. There's also some stuff here that you don't need at this point in time. You might want to give the configurator manual a read. It is quite extensive and it covers all the functions of the configurator software, most of which you will never use. But it's good that it's there and that everything is explained in detail. Actually, the process is very straightforward. You just go and start the software. You make sure that the pedals are connected. It does say so up here. And if they are connected, you will see here 3 axes. One axis is the movement of the pedals itself, and then you have 2 more axes for the brake pedals. Now, what you want to do at this point is make sure that auto calibration is on. You will have to switch auto calibration off if you change the angle of the footrests. Then you will need to do a manual calibration. But if you leave everything as is, you can leave auto calibration on, and all that you need to do at this point is put your foot on the pedals, which I'm doing right now, and look down here in these values. I will now push the pedal in fully to the right. There we go, goes to 100%. That's what you want to verify at this point. And then all the other way until it reaches 0. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It really reaches 0 when I reach the end of the movement range. Now I want to do the same thing with the brake pedals. So I'm pushing the left brake, and you can see here, value goes up to 100%, back down to 0. Same with the right brake, pushing it in and letting go. Everything's working. And that's all you need to do. You can close this. The pedals are calibrated. In the future, once you start up the pedals, once you start up your PC, you will have to move the pedals fully to the right and then fully to the left, push in each brake one time, and that's it. They will always be perfectly calibrated. Now, with that said and done, that was super easy. Really no problem there. Let's now go into a game, and I think I'll use Arma 3 to test this, because in the absence of a joystick and a throttle, because they are still on their way, I'll just use Arma 3 to verify that the pedals work. Let's go in there. So, welcome inside the helicopter in Arma 3. Setting up the pedals was surprisingly easy. I just went into the options, controls, and the pedals were immediately recognized in the controllers. I could now go ahead and customize the curves here, but why should I? It's fine as it is, I think. And then all I needed to do was go into the controls for the helicopter movement and bind the pedal to left pedal and right pedal by just selecting this and pressing the pedal in. And that was that. And the same for the right pedal, of course. And then I also bound the brakes and I'm good to go. It was much easier than I expected. Of course, you can fiddle around a lot with curves and with sensitivities, dead zones, everything. That is where you spend the real time, I think, trying to get things to work properly and trying to adjust it just to your liking. But for now, for a short test, this is fine. Now, I enabled the full advanced flight model here with no trim that is automatic, so I have to do all the trimming myself. And let's see how this goes. This is what the helicopter tries to do by itself without pedal input. Now, I can of course input some left pedal, and there we go, the rotation stopped. We are hovering. I'm holding left pedal just a little bit. The pedals and their movement are very smooth. I'm varying from left to right now. Really well done. Yeah, I really like it. Very smooth movement. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's try to land at the airbase there. Okay, let's first come down into this valley here. over the sea, and then we'll come in towards the airbase. I have a small issue here in that I don't have a joystick, and you see what happens. I'm moving the mouse left, but the joystick is constantly trying to recenter, which is supremely annoying and makes it basically impossible to use the mouse as a joystick in the full advanced flight model. It's a shame, really. Now I'm using some left rudder. I want to align myself with the airfield, also dropping height here. And let's extend the gear. Okay, there is the runway. I want to align myself with the runway. Let's see if we can manage to do this. More left rudder. Hold it. Okay, a little bit of right rudder. Hold it, a little bit more height. There we go. With the joystick, I'm really having to fight it. It's very difficult. Let's use a little bit of left rudder to align. And we are coming in at a pretty high speed. But even so, this is working. Let's give it a little bit right rudder to straighten it out. And now let's start to drop the collective. And apply the brakes. And there's that. It worked. Awesome. Whew. Much more difficult than you might think. I really need a joystick. With a joystick this would be so much easier. But that was one of the easiest... Well, no, not really. It wasn't really easy, but considering that I have no experience with the pedals, I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised. Sure, I have to get used to doing something with my feet while flying, but so far this is really smooth. By the way, if you wonder which head tracking solution I'm using, I just bought myself a webcam and I'm using OpenTrack with the neural net tracker. So that is simply tracking my head movements via the webcam, and it's working extremely well. It's very smooth. I can look around. Hey there. I can also zoom in on everything. That is working too. A really elegant solution, so as not to have some bulky thing on my head. But yeah, as for the rudder pedals, excellent. You know what we'll do? We'll jump into an airplane and give them a go with that. So, now we are in a Caesar jet on Altus. We are going to take off from this airfield, and up north is an enemy convoy moving down this highway leading towards the capital. We are going to engage that convoy. So let's see how difficult this is. Starting to roll. Well, pedals working. And you know what? The first thing that I notice is how easy it is to stay on this yellow line by using the pedals. It allows for very gradual movements. Yeah, I can move my nose wheel with much more sensitivity than I'm used to. And it shouldn't be a problem at all to align myself with the runway. Yeah, pretty good. Let's throttle up and get this thing off the ground. And I'm perfectly aligned with the runway. Excellent. Let's lower the flaps a little bit. And there we go, I think we are fast enough. Let's rotate. Take off. There we go. Gear up. Flaps up. And we have taken off. Let's gain a bit of height now. Now I don't want to get too high because I don't know what kind of air defense the enemy has. And over there, running past these salt flats, you can see the road. So far I can't see anything that is on it. Oh, there. Look at that. Do you see that? Trucks. That's the convoy. Okay. Let's dip down. And I think we are going to engage them with high explosive unguided rockets first. And then we are going to follow up with the autocannon. Okay, right rudder. Kick it over. And pull back on the stick. There we go. We are pretty well aligned with the road now. I want to throttle back a bit. Don't want to come in too fast. Now I need to find them again. They were somewhere on this road. Where there. Okay, there's a cluster. They must have seen me. Yeah, the rocket attack I think was a great success. Kicked the rudder over. Ooh, yeah, something's blowing up. There were a few vehicles in front. I'll engage those with the autocannon. And that will be the real test for the pedals. Because aiming with the autocannon without pedals, that's very difficult. With the pedals it should be significantly easier. Look at that. Huge fire over there. Okay, throttle down. I want to leave myself a lot of time while approaching this. Okay, there are some vehicles right there. There's one. And yeah, with the pedals I can very accurately position the crosshair on the enemy unit that I want to engage. And let's wave off. And you know what, to me that did look like a good bunch of hits. Yeah, there we go. Blew up. I think there's only one more vehicle. Let's try to engage that as well. Distance ourselves a little bit. And I think I'll try a nice little maneuver to turn our aircraft around by going upwards until the aircraft stalls out. And then we are going to use the pedals to kick it over. Okay. Coming up on stall speed. Get rid of the throttle, kick left pedal over, and it should pull the aircraft to the left side. Oh, no, we were too slow. Okay, let's use right throttle then, right pedal then. There we go. Picking up speed. And we are once again aligned with our targets. There should be a target more or less right here. Let's see. There it is. There it is, right there. Okay. Crosshair is on the target. That should be it. Target should be hit. That did look like a bunch of hits on that truck. But it's not burning. So maybe I only got some close hits. But I can tell you, it is difficult to convey that through a video, but I can tell you that the pedals are making a huge difference. A really big one. Honestly, I myself am surprised by this. Let's try that maneuver again where we drop the aircraft over its wing. Go upwards. There we go. And kick it over. This time I'm not dropping the throttle so much. Keeping the throttle as is, and we are simply using the rudder to pull the aircraft the way we want to. And there we go. And we are once again aligned with our targets. Let's find the truck again. Where is it? Should be somewhere here. Okay, there. Oh yeah, I'm almost on target. There it is. Just a little bit of right pedal. Yeah. Awesome how accurate I can be with these pedals. Now I'm quite sure that I hit this truck numerous times. And there it goes. It just blew up. Yeah, that blew up. So that's it for that convoy. Everything's on fire. Right. There we go. Really nice. And trust me when I say this, the pedals are definitely making a difference. I really do have to get used to those first, however. It is really unusual for me to have to do something with my feet while playing. That's not something that I'm used to. But it is working very well. And I'm really happy with how it's working. Let's try to land over at the airfield. Let's try to side-slip the aircraft to lose some speed. So I'm kicking the pedals over to the left while the aircraft is trying to pull to the right. And that should allow us to lose some speed here. That's kinda working. Let's drop flaps. Let's drop gear. And let's... I'm really too high for this approach, but let's try this. Oh, this is a dangerous one. Okay. Left rudder. And straighten out, right rudder. That was a bit too much. Try to align with the runway. And... yeah, there we go. Ah, that worked. Let's taxi off the runway really quick. Oh, we can exit here. And we'll taxi over to that hangar over there. And there we are. I gotta say, the first test of the pedals has been quite excellent. They really are a godsend when it comes to precision. Precision along that axis of the aircraft. It helps so much to align your aircraft with the target and let rip with a gun. And that will be even more important if I decide to place something that is set in World War I or World War II. And so I am really happy with the purchase of these pedals. They are doing a really nice job, and to conclude the evaluation here, as someone who has no experience with pedals, these things were super easy to assemble, set up, calibrate and get going. Getting them to work in the game was a complete breeze, and this is Arma 3, this is not a flight simulator. So I expect this to be even easier inside a flight simulator. So really nice. I can very much recommend the pedals. Of course, sometime in the future when I'm making a flight simulator series or something like that, I'll update you on if I still feel that way about the pedals, but for now, I'm very happy with them. Now, let me know in the comments if I missed anything, or if there is maybe something that I should know and apparently don't, or if there's something that I should have done and didn't do. Please let me know in the comments, because I would very much appreciate that. Other than that, let me know your thoughts. Do you want to see me reviewing the joystick and the throttle quadrant in the same way? Do you want me to do something a little bit different? Let me know. So, we'll conclude this for now, and I want to thank you very much for watching. I do hope that you have enjoyed this little hardware review, which is very unusual for this channel. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Until then, have some really great days, and goodbye.